What's up, you guys? It's Erica with Kroopin's Poopin, Scoopin, and welcome back to my channel. All right, we started our poop scooping business. We put out a Facebook ad, or we posted on Facebook, or we told somebody that we're now picking up dog poop for a living, and we got our first customer. How freaking exciting is it? Oh goodness, I remember my very first customer. Her name was Lori. I actually met her through a good friend of mine, Melissa. We were both Premier Designs jewelers. Well, all three of us were Premier Designs jewelers. And I knew Lori, we had chatted, and we were Facebook friends, and I created my business Facebook page and then posted on my regular page, which I was like super nervous about because give you guys a little bit of backstory if you haven't watched my other videos. I worked at a hospital. I was a pharmacy technician for quite some time, and then I was going to school to become a physical therapist assistant. So it's very, like, you know, very professional type situation. And then I decided to become a jeweler for like extra income. So when you're a jeweler, I was very dressed up all the time, very glammy, makeup always done, hair always done, like jewelry, accessories, all of it, like extra with it. If I can find a video of me at a jewelry show, I'll insert it here. So I was a little bit nervous to post like, hey you guys, I'm picking up dog poop now. That was pretty off brand for me, but I was like, you know what? I don't care. I want to do this. I want to start this business. I'm just going to jump in. So I just posted about it, and Lori reached out to me and she's like, hey, can I get a price? I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready. I don't even know what I'm doing yet. So I told her that I would come out. I would look at her yard. I'd walk it. I would get to meet the dogs. I would do the one-time clean, and then we would talk about a weekly service, and that was that. So I remember all day I was like so nervous because I was going to meet her at 7 o'clock at her house because that's when she was going to be home in the evening. And all day I was just thinking about it. I was like pacing back and forth. I was like double checking all my stuff, make sure I had my bucket, I had my trash bags, I had my gloves, I had my booties. I had on, did I have a pink shirt on? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what I had on. I might have had a pink shirt on. I might have had regular clothes on. I have no idea. But I don't think I wore a hat, which is a big mistake. You always want to wear a hat when scooping. I don't know what it is. I know other scoopers don't always wear hats, but for me, I have to because I need it to cover, like shade my eyes from the sun. So I showed up and I was like with my little cobalt and my little bucket, and I was just like, I'm so nervous. So I go back into the backyard, and they have a very large yard. The dog goes in the backyard, and they also go in the front yard. Now, we're not talking acreage here, so it's not that large, but I would have to say like maybe at least a half an acre altogether. That's big. Like, that's big for our area. And it's really nice because there's like a little pond behind it and then like a little fountain. It's super cute. But anyway, so I walked the yard, and I think I might have charged her like 30 bucks. And I was there for like an hour plus. She has Great Danes. I believe there's 2 of them at the time. So there were some massive piles, and I started scooping, and I didn't really have like a system or a plan, but I just walked my little straight line up and down, back and forth, and then went backwards. And then she's like, okay, great. How much per week or for every other week service? I was like, oh, this didn't really take me that long. I didn't realize how long it had actually taken me because I didn't record it. So I charged her, I want to say it was 20 bucks. I charged her 20 bucks for every other week scoop. Which I later was like, oh gosh, I really underpriced this, because I was spending about a half an hour to 40 minutes at that house because their lawn would get mowed, the grass would get, or the poop would get smashed into the grass, and I'd have to like wiggle it up. It was rough. They eventually moved to a weekly service, and then I had adjusted the rates accordingly. And at first I was a little scared. I was like, oh, I'm going to bump up the price. Like, they're not going to want to stay with me. They didn't even bat an eye. They're like, okay, yeah, sure. We're just so happy to have you. So if you're at that point right now where you had started your business and maybe you underpriced a scoop and you're like, oh, I really need to bump that price up, I wouldn't be super afraid to try to bump it up. I mean, you can at least try. I know that when I underprice something and it's my fault, I'm like, dang, why did I do that? Like, I shouldn't have. And I still sometimes underprice stuff with one-time cleans, and I'm like kicking myself in the butt. I'm like, dang, man, why did I do that? Even though it's only a couple dollars, it's still like, it hurts. It like hurts me deep down in my soul. I'm like, ugh, why did I do that? And actually, I was listening to a YouTube video today from lawn care, which I watch a lot of lawn care videos just because there's really not any pooper scoopers videos, really. I mean, there's a couple, but I watch a lot of I watch a ton of landscaping videos. And this one kid, I call him a kid because he's probably like 8 years younger than me, but he's not like a teenager. He's like in his early 20s. He was talking about like when a customer talks you down on a price, and even though it might only be like $5 or $3, it's still the fact that like you had set your prices and they counter offered you and you either accepted it or you didn't. And if you accept it, when you go to that yard, which I feel this, like I feel this deep down inside when he was like, when he said it, I was like, boom, it's not the money. It's really not the money. It's that you go to that yard every single week, right? And it's hot outside. You're tired. It's your last stop of the day. And you just want to go home. And you go to that yard and you're like, they talked me down on my price. And it like burns you up inside, and it like just, it hits you in your soul and in your heart. And I have felt that so many times, because it's really not the money. It's the fact that like I had set my prices, somebody talked me down, and I just like laid down and was like, okay, whatever. That kind of stuff really gets me going. But that wasn't the case with them. I gave them my price. I'm the one that messed up. And when I bumped the price up, they didn't bat an eye. They were totally cool with it. I eventually later on ended up bumping up pretty much all of my rates, but it took me a little bit to get confident and comfortable with it. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. Now, I really wish that I would have gotten paid via cash, because I would have loved to like put that up on my wall and be like, my first dollar made, or like get a picture or something like that. So if you haven't had your first customer yet, I would try to get like a picture or something that is like, this is the first picture of me and my poop scooping business, because that's something I wish that I had, so I could like go back to that, or like a picture with you and your first customer of the dog, because that will always be so special to you. I remember my first scoop like it was yesterday. I don't remember my second scoop, third, fourth, or fifth. I really don't. I remember the first scoop that I got screwed over on. That's like embedded in my brain, and that wasn't a good experience. But your first scoop, especially when you start this business and you become so proud of yourself for like starting this wild business that nobody thinks you can make money in, it really is very, very special. And that customer, you know, the dog, has now passed. And that happens in business. You're going to lose a lot of customers, and you become attached to these dogs and you love them, and they get so excited when you're there. Some are excited because they want you to like love on them and give you treats, and others get super excited because they want to eat you. But either way, like I don't know, I become like, I develop a bond with them, like waving to them through the window or through the back door, like as weird as it sounds. It's exciting for me as well. But yeah, my first customer, four-legged customer, has since passed, but they have gotten another dog, and the dog's named Sasha, and Sasha's super awesome. But I wish I would have gotten a picture that day. So keep that in mind, you guys. Document it, because you can use that as marketing material as your business starts to grow. That's a wonderful way to market, because marketing poop scooping gets very redundant. It's like, how much can you actually talk about poop? When you start creating a story like, this was my first scoop, how excited I was when I first started this business, and create like a brand for yourself. People like to invest in people and brands and invest in the story. So if you post that on your Facebook page or your Instagram or wherever you decide to do your marketing at, it's cool to see, because believe it or not, as stupid as you might think it is, people want to know your story. And especially when you start to get more successful and the business starts going really good, people want to see that journey. I mean, you guys are watching my YouTube channel. I never in a million years would have thought that anybody in their right mind would want to sit here and listen to me talk about my day, poop scooping, or other struggles that I'm going through. Like, I'm just blown away. I looked at my thing today, on my numbers. There's 191 of you guys that are subscribed to my channel. Like, I'm like, what? 191 people actually want to hear what I have to talk about from time to time? Like, my husband doesn't even want to listen to me. Sometimes. If I'm making him good food, he'll listen to me. But other times he's like, what? What are you talking about? Even if you feel like you're not interesting, you are. So just post. Just post about it and document it, because it's so special. And I actually still service that yard on Wednesdays. Well, actually, as of last week, I quit servicing it. Our new employee is scooping it now, which was, oh gosh, it's really rough. I'm transitioning more out of the business into like office work. Like, I still will be scooping a couple days, but I'm not scooping as nearly as much, because I really need to fine tune some stuff, and I really want to grow this business more. And it's hard to work in it and also grow it. It's a lot of work behind the scenes. I mean, it's possible, don't get me wrong, but I'm at the point now where, yeah, I'm ready to try it out. Hopefully it works, and if it doesn't, well, I know what works, I know what to go back to. But that's it. That's my story of my first time poop scooping a customer. I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, smash that thumbs up. If you didn't like it, well, you know, there is a button for that as well, but don't do that. And if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel yet, come on now, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and come and hang out with me. And you'll also, if you hit the little notification bell, you'll get notified when I upload videos. So until next time, bye.